Baltimore the package. Baltimore the package. Baltimore the package. Me my brothers playing it. Ball slick as pockets. That me on the plane. Life it gets so heavy. You just do you stand with. Can't be overstanding. Understand just how the man is. Baltimore the package. Real quick, I got questions for you, John. Like it's
But I'm going to edit it in case I didn't prepare any writing.
You don't have to prepare. You got all the knowledge up here in your head, John. We is good, man. You're good. You don't need to prepare. I needed to prepare, and I did, so that's a good thing. John, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Nice meeting you.
That's good. Bring that mic a little closer to you, like a fist away from your face. I know it might be a little janky, but try. It could it's pretty flexible. You could move it closer, extend it or whatever.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But John, what's your name and what do you do?
Yeah, my name is John Ahmed. I've been working, in mental health for a very long time. Over here in, 3030 Greenmount Avenue, Suite 150, 155, 185, and then the administrator office is 160. We provide a mental health. We are a mental health provider. We have a psychiatrist, we have therapists who provide mental health services, to our client, throughout Baltimore City and Baltimore County and environs. Basically, that is what we do.
How many clients do you think you serve from Baltimore currently, and how many clients have you served in the past?
In the past, I can't be specific, because I didn't prepare for this. But yeah, we've served.
Well,
we've served more than 50 clients.
More than 50 clients?
Yeah, we have served more than 50 clients so far.
How many do you have now, if you don't mind me asking?
Currently?
Yeah.
Oh, we have roughly like 30 clients we are serving now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you feel like mental health is looked down upon in the Black community?
I will not say that. Do you know the reason why?
What?
What motivated me to start mental health is because of Black community. The reason is because I've been working in mental health for a while, and I see where a lot of people have been turned down because of insurance issues. A lot of people don't have insurance. And because of that, they cannot get services. So when we started StillWaters, our name is called StillWater Health Services. We started StillWaters, we started with providing free services. For a whole year, we're actually doing pro bono.
Wow.
We're not getting paid.
That's rare.
Yeah, so we're doing that. Then eventually, when we started providing billing services, we also discovered that there are people who don't have insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And we're admitting them. And we are, providing services to them. And then we were doing that until we couldn't continue that because we have to pay the psychiatry, we have to pay the therapist.
I gotta pay bills.
We have to pay our bills. We have to pay our bills.
Mm-hmm.
And so it got to a point that, financially we couldn't sustain that.
Right.
So that is when we started enrolling clients with Medicaid, who has Medicaid. Yeah, so currently our enrollment is on Medicaid basis.
Okay.
Yeah, we couldn't sustain just everybody coming and then servicing them. We did that for more than 1 year, more than roughly going to 2 years we started. Since 2024, we have just stopped that less than 3 months ago.
Wow. Okay, so y'all just started charging people.
Yeah, I mean people who doesn't have LLB
Health
insurance.
insurance, yeah.
We just stopped that even less than 3 months ago.
Honestly though, to be providing the service for free it's the Lord's work for real. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because it's
Yeah.
so many mentally ill people out here, and yeah, it's crazy how insurance could be one of the differentiators.
Exactly. That is actually what motivated me to start mental health services, because we want to reach everyone. I felt that there are people. So to answer your question, mental health does not really look down on Black community. The only challenge the Black community is having is this insurance issue, which we were trying to solve, but we discovered that.
So you think more people would essentially more Black people would look for mental health services if they, didn't have to pay for them through their insurance or
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. In a way, I said Black community are not looked down on mental health, but Black community appear to need more mental health.
Hell yeah! Like I'm gonna be.
Yeah, we have more enrollment. And let me explain that to you. We have more enrollment among Black community in mental health more than other races.
I ain't hear you. What'd you say?
I mean, we have more enrollment.
Oh, enrollment. Yeah.
Enrollment in mental health among Black communities more than other.
Oh, more than like white.
Like white or Latinos and all that. But let me tell you the reason for that. The reason is because, let's say for instance, a Black community are opened. A Black community don't suppress their feelings. If they are having a challenge like anxiety, they want to come out and say, "Oh, I have anxiety. I need treatment." Whereas like Latinos and some, they try to hide that. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like, because it is more
they don't come out to say, "Oh, I have this issue." So that's just the difference.
It's something like I think like that shows through in the culture sometimes, but I look at the history as a collective from Black people. Like we think about traumatic events, right? And we think about, a whole race going through a traumatic event. We have to consider slavery and consider the implications this has had on Black mental health for generations, after it happened.
Yeah.
So it's like we probably need it the most, genuinely, if I'm being honest with you.
I agree.
Why do you think so many people wait until like they're in a crisis or like, a situation where I don't know, they can't get out of it before they actually seek mental health services?
Stigma.
Stigma.
That's the major reason. Some people are afraid of stigma. They don't want to be associated. They don't want to be labeled as somebody who has mental health issue. Right. You understand what I mean? They don't want to. Some don't want to come out and say, "Oh, I have depression," but when a lot of people have mental health issue, and waiting, until it got so much complicated or got to a point of almost, becoming something so, waiting for too long is not really helpful. So as soon as someone discovers that he or she is, having mental health challenge, I think that's the right time to come forward.
Personally, I like to say, we all have mental health issues. It's the people that are aware enough to admit it, and it's people that are in denial and, just not at that point yet. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And, they might have issues a little bit more than the person that's willing to admit it.
You're right. Yeah, admitting it on time can really help recovery on time. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All right, so when we talk about physical inheritance, can emotional patterns and stress responses also be passed down through generations, in your opinion? Kind of like what I said about slavery. Do you think like that kind of gets passed down, that mentality, slave master, like just these generations constantly passing down a trauma? Do you see that, or do you agree with that?
It's, well, I'm not, I won't be specific because I'm really not like a professional therapist. You understand what I mean? I'm a provider and, an administrator, like an owner, but I'm not really like a therapist, like a psychiatrist. And you understand what I mean? Who has the ability to really do that diagnosis and, make some request for some questionnaire to know how did they get there. You understand? But generally medically, I go to hospital and I get a form to fill, and then in that form they ask me, do you have this? And I said, okay, I have this sometimes, and then they ask you, how did you get it? Did you have family who has gone through this before? Do you have family who has gone through this before? Do you have family who has suffered similar things before? And then I think yes or no. Why is that? Because the medical personnel are trying to trace why, maybe likely it's like inheritance kind of thing. So you might be right in a way.
Look, I didn't know. I guess I made the assumption, like I thought you was like a psychiatrist, but I see the differentiation in it. Do you make recommendations to people, psychologists or their psychiatrists? Are you in communication with, because what if somebody comes to you, they're talking about issues that they have, and they feel like they need some type of medication?
That's why I'm an administrator. I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a therapist, I'm an administrator. And so we take care of the intakes. Client don't just come and walk to therapists. They don't just come and walk to a psychiatrist. We are the first contact.
Gotcha.
You understand what I mean? And when they come, we get the information, and then we now schedule them to see the psychiatrist or to see therapists.
Gotcha.
We have clients that sometimes they don't need psychiatrists, they just need therapists. But average, everybody is given opportunity to see the therapist and then to see the psychiatrist for proper diagnosis. Yes.
Yeah, real talk. And I'm gonna talk about me. My experience with mental health. Currently, I'm taking hydroxyzine and mirtazapine. They're working for me. And this is this is years of taking different types of medications, finding out what works, what doesn't work. I think I started on I forgot. What was one of the? It wasn't Prozac, but it was something. It was like generic Prozac. But just talking to different therapists over the years, I've come to the point where I realize I don't need a therapist. Like I would much rather just have the medication. I don't really need to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I see how it would be beneficial. I think it has benefited me throughout the years to talk to a therapist. But at this point in my mental health journey, a therapist just isn't what I want per se. You know what I'm saying?
I would say anyone going through mental health challenges need a therapist. They need a therapist because
why would you say
a therapist is trained to handle mental health challenges. You understand what I mean? It's possible. I've had that. I've had that in a situation where someone said, I don't think I need a therapist. I only need a psychiatrist. I don't need a therapist. I only need but you need a therapist. Anyone who is going through mental challenge need a therapist, also need a psychiatrist. So there are these both professionals, they are trained to help to manage these symptoms.
Yeah, like they are. I feel like they've benefited my life, you know, at certain point in times. But I remember the last therapist that I had, you know, it was this nice young lady, but I don't know. I felt like she wasn't really giving me any advice that was beneficial or that I didn't already know. And I felt like, you know, a lot of the things I was receiving from her, which was positive information, was kind of redundant. You know?
Then request for a change. That's it.
But
That's request for a change.
I was like, you know what? Like, I started thinking about this as well, John. I started thinking about, you are the company that you keep. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I also kind of picked up on little things that she would do. Like, she would just make these generalizations on my life, and like it was just fact. And I think I was like, wow, you know, I know this is your job, but it's like, I'd rather just
it's
have
not
this
really
psychiatrist.
addressing your point of concern.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like I understand this on a deeper level, like because a lot of my issues, they stem from like my relationship with my parents.
Okay.
But just, you know, asking, are you seeking mental health services like as a administrator?
Myself?
Yes.
Well, for now, I don't have. I would say I'm seeking anyone. You understand? But as administrator, of course, when there is a need, there is bereavement, if there is, you understand, you know, mental health issue is not only, you know, like we have people that who are bereaved of their loved ones, and you know, and they are going through serious challenges around that period of time, and they just need a therapist, you know, to help counsel them temporarily for a period of, you know, some weeks or few months. You understand what I mean?
Have you ever had a therapist?
I will not. I will say yes. I will say no. The reason is because I may not really have a paid therapist, like a paid therapist, like, you know, going to see a therapist that who render a service to me, and then the person is paid. You understand what I mean? But I have a lot of therapists around me who provide me counseling if I have challenges. You understand what I mean?
I do.
Yeah, because you know, sometimes, you know, to see a therapist, that means I have to pay for my pocket. You understand what I mean? But I have a lot of them because I work with a lot of them. You understand what I mean?
See, like,
and they are willing to provide me some free services sometimes.
Yeah, like I'm saying, there are free services out there, and I think people should be aware of that as well. Because I know with Medicaid, you know, it's free, the government company, but it's like a lot of different places take Medicaid. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you can get a therapist, a psychiatrist, all for free. It's like I don't think people should automatically assume, I'm going to pay out of pocket for this, because it does change the picture completely when you have to come out of pocket for it. You know, you start second guess, like I'd much rather eat or have a place to sleep than, you know. Yeah,
the reason for paying for seeing therapists out of pocket depends on income. You understand what I mean? You have to be qualified for Medicaid. You have to be in a particular income bracket.
Yeah.
And if you are not in that bracket,
I've been broke my whole life.
If you are not in that bracket,
I'm middle class cow, but I've been broke my whole life, Johnson.
If you are not in that bracket, then you don't have a choice. You have to pay if you need the service. You understand what I mean? So that's one of the challenge, because sometimes it can be a little bit expensive, you know, to pay out of pocket, and so that is why some people don't actually. But if they go to, you know, if you go to like established hospitals, you understand what I mean? There are some big hospitals that covers that they don't really, the insurance pay. Anyway, it may not be Medicaid, but there are a lot of insurances pay for therapies, consultation, and for psychiatric consultation. So if you have the right insurance, you don't actually need to pay from your pocket. Once you have insurance, a lot of hospitals provided that services along with insurance. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think social media has changed the way people, compare themselves to others? How do you think its effect on mental health has been?
Tremendously helpful. Tremendously helpful. Uh, we need more of that. Like what you are doing now is incredible. It's incredible because you are sending information out there. And the social media has grown to that point now that so many tools are there that people can even, you know, you know. So it's really helpful. It's really helpful. Without going so deep, but quite helpful. So quite
See,
helpful.
personally, like how I look at it though, like it's a balance to it. Like, I'm trying to put out positive content out there. People can learn about, social or mental health resources that they have available to them. But it's also people I know that are addicted to social media and they're not looking at this content. You know what I'm saying? There's people that just scroll, look at, the silliest, stupidest stuff all day, and they kind of become addicted to that. So I guess I kind of wanted to get your opinion more so on that, like social media addiction. You know what I'm saying? Well, like, do you see that at all?
Social media addiction?
Yes.
Well, if people are addicted to social media, it has its own benefit, it has its own disadvantage as well. People who are addicted to social media, they get a lot of information. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is always good to be addicted to the part that is positive.
Yes.
You understand what I mean? Because the more you go into social media, the more information you have. You understand what I mean? Yeah, but it is good that one should be addicted to the aspect that is positive, that will help, helpful. Yeah, I agree with you.
How do you think the workout, like working out, is like the significance of it to mental health, like just in your opinion?
Like workout?
Yeah, like physical workouts.
Oh, very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very helpful to mental health. Yeah, generally helpful to generally helpful for human health.
And it is free,
And it's free.
Yeah,
it's free.
I'm saying, like, I know, this mental health stuff, it is important. It's important to have a psychiatrist, a therapist, but I know I like to tell people, get that workout in every day, at least a little bit of a workout, because you'll feel better about yourself because you're accomplishing something difficult.
Exactly. It's part of a recovery strategy, but it may not be sufficient. That's just it. Yeah.
You said it may not be what?
I mean, workout is part of recovery strategy. You know,
Okay.
when there is workout, it helps recovery. But it might not be sufficient. That's what I'm trying to say.
Like efficient?
Sufficient, like enough.
Oh.
It may not be enough if someone is having a mental health challenges.
Yeah.
Workout is helpful, but it may not be enough to limit recovery to workout. It's good to seek.
How often do you suggest, like, or do you make that suggestion, or you kind of lean towards medications, or it just depends?
Yeah, whatever. For instance, like health officials suggest that at least you should have 30 minutes workout every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
If you cannot even maintain 30 minutes, if you can have 10 minutes every day, that is very good. So in addition to every other thing, workout helps.
What are some misconceptions people have about mental health therapy, you think?
That is just one of the information you just gave to me just now, where you said that, sometimes people think they don't need a therapist. Maybe because at a point in time, maybe the therapy did not work for them. That's why I said, if you have a therapist and you think that your therapist is really not addressing your concern,
Yeah.
just request for a change. And if you have another one, you are not satisfied, request for a change. By the time you have 3 therapists, I'm sure you will have the one that you would like to work with.
Yeah, honestly, it helps to have somebody that's mentally healthy in your circle. That's one thing I can say about the therapist. Usually it's somebody that's mentally healthy.
Yeah, they are doing a tremendous job. We provide mental health. We have people who have really recovered very well through therapy, through psychiatry. So a lot of people are getting recovery from it.
How often are you getting people at like their worst point, or just in a position of where they're not, or like they could be suicidal, or like how often do you have people come in like just at their worst point before they see you? Is that often, or?
Like I said, generally, we have a suicide hotline. There is a lot of advertisement, enlightenment in that area that people should call when they are when they feel suicidal. So there are a lot of provisions to help those who have a suicidal ideation to receive help. We have a lot of advertisement, a lot of publicity in that regard. As to those who come to us, we really don't have any issue about a suicidal person coming for now.
What's your overall philosophy on substance use and mental health?
We have mental health and substance abuse providers are not the same. So we have substance abuse provider, we have mental health provider. Even though they are linked, they are related, but they are actually different services. So I may not be able to give much information on that.
Well, okay, so like do you guys offer substances, or that's more so your psychiatrist, they will offer substances that the person might need, mental health medications?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we have somebody who come and say you want to see psychiatrist, as I said, not substance abuse medication, because we are not the provider. We are not substance abuse provider. We are mental health provider.
Gotcha.
You understand what I mean? So we don't admit clients who have substance abuse challenge. We give them referral to substance abuse facilities.
Oh, okay, so different one, are they? Yeah. Okay, so they're not under the same company.
They are not the same
company. I
got
you.
Yeah, we provide mental health therapy. Like someone who is having substance abuse challenge, we provide therapy for them. Mm-hmm. You understand what I mean? We provide therapy for substance abuse clients. We have substance abuse facilities that we provide therapy for. You understand what I mean? So we have a substance abuse facility that they only admit clients who are having challenges in substance abuse.
Gotcha.
But they gave us referral to provide therapy services while they are providing substance abuse treatment.
You want some of these?
Oh, I'm good.
Marijuana is legal, and it's a lot more accepted socially, in today's society. What's your professional stance on weed?
I'm not a professional in that regard. So I'm not able to. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I know.
You can have an opinion.
I know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a therapist. I'm just an administrator. So I will not be able to make any comment on that.
All right, so no comment on the weed. What's your stance on alcohol then? What would you think? It's good in moderation. Obviously, it's accepted socially, but obviously it's harmful long term. Too much use of it consistently is definitely harmful to the body. But what's your stance on drinking?
Same. I won't be able to make any comment because I'm not a professional.
Man.
I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional in that area, so I don't want to this is a public thing. I don't want to give any advice. I cannot. I don't have. I'm not trained. I'm not trained to do.
So I guess the same thing would go for kratom, like you know.
Yeah, anything.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. See, I was just trying to get your opinion of it, you know, personally.
I'm not trained in that area, so I will not be able to provide any advice or suggestion.
Okay, so honestly speaking, if someone was listening right now and they're using a substance to cope with pain, stress, trauma, loneliness, or depression, what would you want them to understand before they continue down that path of substance abuse?
See your therapist, see your psychiatrist for assessment and evaluation. You'll be able to offer great advice and counseling and necessary precaution and necessary medication. Yeah. See your therapist, see your psychiatrist. If you don't have one, look for one. Register with a provider who provides mental health services, and then they will facilitate.
And do you think, do you believe someone can use substances responsibly while still maintaining good mental health?
I am not a professional.
You know what I'm saying?
I am not a professional, please.
All right, well, I'm saying, all right, so how would somebody get services from Stillwater LLC if they were interested in, you know, getting said services?
Yeah, as we say, we are located in 3030 Greenmount Avenue, Suite 150.
So they would just come here and...
People can come here, people can go into our website.
Okay.
We have Stillwater Health Systems.
StillwaterHealthSystems.com.
Yeah. So they can go to a website. They can also give us a call. You can call cell phone 410-202-1094 and then we take it from there.
All right, man. Look, Baltimore.
And you can also send us an email.
Oh, email too?
Yeah, you can.
What's your email?
Yeah, you can email us at Stillwater Health Systems, StillwaterHealthSystems@gmail.com, because a lot of people have Gmail. So we have that. We also have Google.com, but you can just send us to Stillwater Systems. StillWaters.
Yep, StillWaters Systems.
Yes, StillWaters Systems @gmail.com.
And that's still STILL
LL and then Waters and then Systems.
Got you. StillWaterSystems@gmail.com.
Yeah.
That's how you reach out to them. He just gave you the phone number, and last time you said Stillwater Systems.
Yeah. At gmail.com.
What the website was?
Oh, the website is StillWatersHealthSystems.com.
StillWatersHealthSystems.com.
Yeah.
Man, you're mentally ill. If nobody told you, you're mentally ill, and if you think you're not, you're mentally ill. All right, so go get some help. Don't cause people trauma just because you're mentally ill. Okay. I like to say this. It's so many mentally ill people in positions of power, and like they don't even understand how they perpetuate traumas that they have themselves, because it's like a lot of people are in denial about this, certain traumas that they have. But man, I really
people in power have therapists.
Some do, but some don't, and I wondered why. But what you're saying just made me realize why. Because it's like, if you make a certain amount of money, you can't get that for free.
You can get that on your insurance.
But you can't necessarily get it for free if you make past a certain amount of money.
Under Medicaid, you cannot. But under your insurance, we have private insurance. Yeah, you can.
I'm saying you gotta pay out of pocket for that, right?
Just maybe just like you have insurance, you go to Johns Hopkins, you want to go and get treatment, they ask you for your insurance. So if someone has mental health and it's not under Medicaid insurance, the same thing. It's the same treatment. copay. They just ask them to pay copay. That's all.
So if I make more than enough money, or the money that excludes me from Medicaid, and I want mental health services, and I don't have insurance, what would I do? Like, would I be able to? Like, I would have to pay out of pocket for this at this point. Right?
If you don't have insurance, you might, maybe sometimes, but sometimes providers are able to help to go through the process of getting the Medicaid registered. Yes.
Well, are you a reader?
Yeah.
Like,
I read. Like, you reader?
What's a good book that you think, Baltimore should check out, or, something that you're reading, just curious, like,
I don't think of anyone right now.
No books?
I read books, but I can't just think of anyone I can recommend to anybody.
Well, are you reading right now, or not right now, currently?
What I'm reading right now, right?
Yeah.
I think what I'm reading now is a Christian book.
Christian?
About hope. About hope, yeah. I'm reading a book now about hope, how to have hope. And, that's what I'm reading. It's a Christian writer who wrote it. So I read it.
What's the name of it?
I can't remember the author now because I didn't prepare for this.
It's like
You just called me
look,
for this
man.
interview. I didn't prepare for this, so I can't remember the author now. But it's about hope, and it's quite a good book.
I'm saying you clearly, express the views of someone that's more mentally healthy than I think other people. So I just wanted to give them some of the content you're consuming, that gives you that mental health. But
I can give you the name later.
That's all good. Yeah, please do.
Yeah, I will.
But yeah, this is John. Any last words you want to plug or anything you want to say before we get out of here, John?
I just want to say thank you so much for this incredible job you are doing. What you are doing now. You're actually helping mental health providers, and you also help people who have mental health challenges, and that's what you are doing. So you are really doing an incredible job to the community. We really appreciate it, and we'd like to partner with you. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
If we have any area we can support you, to make this job, to do it better, to reach more community, to, give them, tell them to, seek for help. They should not wait until the matter get out of hands, before seeking help. So we just want to say thank you very much. So all I want to say is please seek help if you are going through some mental health challenges.
Most definitely. That was John, man. StillWaters LLC. Baltimore podcast. Middle Class Cow.